and thank you for joining me. So let us talk about how to enroll your child in a school in Dubai or in UAE, and also let's talk about the school fees as well. Okay, to enroll your child in a school in the United Arab Emirates, you need to be aware that there are two intakes in a year. One is in April and the other one is in September. Now, to enroll your child into a school in Dubai or UAE, you need to be aware that there is age requirements for every grade. Okay, so to get into school in April, your child must be a particular age required on or before March 31st to get in school in April, and your child must also be a particular age for any grade for September intake on or before August 31st to get into school in September. Okay, so now I have here with me the grade and the age requirements. Now, pre-KG, before kindergarten, pre-KG, the age required is 3 years of age. Your child should be 3 years old on or before March 31st to get into school in April, or on or before August 31st to get into school in September. That is for pre-KG. Now for KG1, kindergarten 1, we can also call it FS1, foundation stage 1. It's all the same, KG, foundation stage, all the same. Now to get into KG1, the child has to be 4 years of age, okay, 4 years old to get into school on or before March 31st to get into school in April, and on or before August 31st to get into school in September. So now KG2 has to be 5 years old. Now grade 1 has to be 8 years old. Those are the age requirements, okay, required. Dubai and Abu Dhabi has the most expensive schools in the whole of UAE. There are 7 emirates in the UAE. Other emirates have way cheaper schools. They are still expensive, but they are way less. They are better in price than Dubai and Abu Dhabi, especially Dubai. Dubai is very expensive. So some people live in Dubai and they enroll their children in schools in Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, Quain, Alain. You know, it all depends. Schools vary, the prices vary, but the price of school fees is way cheaper in all other 5 emirates apart from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Some people might live in Sharjah and send their children to school in Ajman. Some people might live in Sharjah and still send their children to school in Sharjah. There are way cheaper schools in Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Quain, Alain, places like that, Fujairah. They are way cheaper. Okay, so you might want to explore other lesser opportunities if that is possible. Now let's talk about the school fees. Now the school fees ranges. It all depends on the caliber of school you want your child to attend, but I'm going to be giving you the idea that you need to know what the school fees is like. Now for foundation stage 1, that is KG1, kindergarten 1, or FS1, all the same. Now the price range is, now in a year you can pay up to 32,000 dirhams in a year, depending on the school. All right, the highest that can go for, or some schools for FS1 or kindergarten 1 can also be 42,000. Some might be 32,000 a year, some might go as high as 42,000 a year. If you're lucky, you can get it lesser, maybe 28,000, maybe 27,000, but most of the time this is the price range. Okay, now for KG2 or foundation stage 2, the price can go as high as 44,000 dirhams in a year, and in some other cases, in some schools, it can go for as high as 46,000 in a year. It all depends. You might get lesser in some other schools. Now let's talk about year 2, year 1. Year 1 as well can go as much as 44,000 a year, and in some other cases, in some schools, it can go for as high as 46,000 a year. Okay, now year 2, I've talked about year 1, right? All right, so year 2 can go as high as 44,000 a year, and also in some other cases it can go as high as they're all high anyway, as high as 50,000 a year. Now year 3, 44,000 in some schools. Then in some other schools it can go for as high as 50,000 as well. Now year 3, am I in year 3 now? Or year 4? Year 4 can go as high as 46,000 a year, and also some schools can go as high as 54,000 a year. I'm saying everything is high because at the end of the day they are not small money, they are all high. So okay, year 5 as high as 47,000 a year, and in some schools can go as high as 54,000 a year. Now year 6 can go as high as 47,000 a year, and in some other schools it can go as high as 56,000 a year. Now year 7 can go as high as 52,000 a year, and in some other schools 58,000 a year. Now year 8 can go as high as 52,000 a year, and in some other cases 60,000 a year. I'm talking about dirhams now. Now year 8 can go as high as 52,000 a year, and in some other schools 60,000 a year. Now year 9 can go as high as 54,000 a year, and in some other schools can go as high as 62,000 a year. Now year 10 can go as high as 58,000 a year in some schools, and in some other schools it can go as high as 65,000 a year. So it all depends on what you want. Anyway, schools are expensive here. They're pretty much expensive here. So my advice is, if you don't have money, you are not rich, it is highly advisable to enroll your children in good schools in your country while you work in Dubai. That is if you're not rich. But if you're rich, you have the money, it's okay, you can let your children study here. Okay, so now I would like to say something else. If you're pregnant and you would like to come to Dubai to work, or maybe you and your husband want to come to Dubai to work, I would strongly advise the woman to give birth before coming. Take care of your child for a while and probably come, and you can leave your child to your family but do not come to the UAE with a pregnancy, because nobody hires pregnant people. They are always very reluctant to hire anyone that is pregnant. And also, if you would like to relocate here as a family, you want to bring all your children, your husband, all of you come at once. If you are not rich, if you are not from a rich family, you're not rich, you don't have a lot of money, please do not try it, because it's not easy to bring children. And in the first instance, just like that, it can be difficult to get a job. It's not easy to even rent apartments. Apartments are expensive. It will be very difficult. It will be a difficult life relocating with your children all at once. Okay, my advice would be, your husband can come first, or your husband can come first, or you can come first, as long as you're not pregnant. Come here, get a job. If your job is good enough, pays well, then you can send for your children. But if it still pays low, it doesn't pay as much, I will advise you to still keep your children at home. Let them go to any of the best schools in your country while you work here and send money home. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. If you have questions for me, kindly put them in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to reply you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you in my next video. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.